reflector on, or maybe some sunglasses, because some of this is going to be some shimmer glittery goodness, because of course this is a magpie channel over here, and there's always going to be something glitter, just like my eyes.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hey Glow Beauties! Happy blessed New Year, y'all! And it's that time of year again where we reflect on the good times of 2022, and guess what? That includes makeup, y'all. Makeup and beauty. So this is going to be a show and tell. My best picks of 2022. What I loved and adored. What I keep coming back for more. What I delighted in. Now, it doesn't all have to be new. Most of it is what launched in 2022. But some of it is what I discovered in 2022 that I just absolutely loved and adored and wish I had discovered sooner. And some of it is perfumes. There is going to be a couple that are perfumes because I love perfumes, and it's a part of my grooming process, like the makeup and everything. I gotta apply some perfume, otherwise I don't feel properly groomed to face the world. You may need to put a reflector on, or maybe some sunglasses, because some of this is going to be some shimmer glittery goodness, because of course this is a magpie channel over here, and there's always going to be something glitter, just like my eyes. So if you enjoy my magpie content, hit the subscribe button to join the Glow fam, to hit the notification bell so that you will hear about every time I post a new video, and give the video a big thumbs up because it helps my channel and it helps this video to get out in the universe. And I also include convenient product links. That everything that I mentioned will be listed in the description box below. They are affiliate links. It makes it easier for you to shop and also to do research on the products that I mentioned. And it also helps on my channel. Right now, I am not getting that much kickback from, I'm actually getting no kickback from the shopping just yet, because you gotta reach a certain threshold first. But eventually I will. It helps this channel out and it helps me to give back to you again. Without further ado, let us get in. Okay, so the best of now. One of the first ones that I was so happy that Patrick Todd did and was foundations. I don't do a lot of foundations because, first of all, foundations are expensive and I don't want to be jumping from foundation to foundation. And I've had a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder from growing up and having a hard time finding foundations. Now, thank you beauty YouTubers, because you help to bring companies out and brands out to do a smorgasbord of colors for every skin tone and every undertone. So now nearly a paradise of finding foundations. But still, I have PTSD, so I don't get deep into foundations. But I found Patrick Todd this year, and I am so happy because I wanted something. I need foundations that are easy to apply quick, so I can get out the door and get to work. I don't want to have no fuss, no muss. So this, I was looking for another foundation that was like a cream foundation. This is a beautiful thing. It's a duo cream and powder. And I also discovered Sephora. Hey, don't sleep on Sephora. A lot of their makeup is made in France. It's top quality. The Sephora collection is top quality stuff. So this little sponge with this, perfection. Kind of wish Patrick Todd had made their own sponge because I can't use brushes because brushes give me pimples because I have it's called inflammatory acne. So anything that kind of irritates my skin can give me a pimple. I generally don't get acne anymore, but if I use a brush to apply my foundation, it does give me pimples. So I have to be gentle on my skin. So a sponge is perfection. And this is actually my second palette. I finished my I went all the way, scraped out the edge to use this. So this has been a boon. Quick to apply, easy to do, gives me a lovely soft glow, medium coverage, perfect for a day. In fact, this has worked for me in summer and winter. For some reason, it works the gamut. I really didn't have to go lighter. So it's kind of weird. So anyway, I'm super happy with this. This has been my holy grail. So glad, Patrick Todd, thank you. Face palettes. Now, listen, Hourglass. listened to us. It took a number of years. It took a number of lessons. Beauty YouTubers were screaming from the rooftops that this needed to be done, and Hourglass finally listened. And when they did it, they went all out and made collector's palettes of these beautiful, what do they call them? It's a long name. Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked Face Palettes. So yes, I got the elephant. I actually got the tiger, but I'm using the elephant more, so I wanted to showcase this one. So the elephant is the medium one. So this one, Ambient Unlock, is amazing because I use pretty much all of the shades except for this because I never use bronzer. So I demoed these. I use as my finishing powder. Gives the most beautiful soft focus illumination. And then these blushes, I love it because they're pinks. Me and pinks go together. And so this was a dream come true for me that they put 2 pink blushes in here, and they are more saturated. They keep the beautiful color, the saturation, they don't deepen. The highlighter is lovely. I actually like to mix these two together, so I'll use the highlighter and I'll dab a little bit of the pink in there to give it a little duochrome, champagne-y, pinky ting ting. So this has been a boon for me. I use it all the time, especially these two. I use that every single day. It's so vanity impressive. You can keep it on your vanity. It's so beautiful. Collectors, I mean, Hourglass went all the way. I'm really proud of Hourglass for doing this, and when they did it, they really did it with style, okay? They really went all out with this, so super happy. And I think the proceeds of this goes to some animal foundations, to some of the proceeds. Bobbi Brown's Luxe Eye and Cheek Palette. Listen, this is a sleeper. Hardly anybody talked about it, and it should have been talked about all over the rooftop. The beautiful compact is absolutely adorable. It's beautiful, it's glittery. This was done for Christmas. And then look at the shades in here. This is beautiful. This is supposed to be a highlighter. It's a duochrome golden to pink. There is some glitter. People complained about the glitter, but seriously, this I use on my lid. I use it as a topper. I use it as the highlighter. But when you use it, you buff it. When you buff it in, that glitter kind of like disperses and you don't see the glitter anymore. It becomes an amazing sheen. So you just gotta buff it in and the glitter kind of calms down. So, oh my God, I get the most beautiful eye look from this. How did I do my eye look? I use that in the crease. I use that in the crease. I use that on the lid. I put that on top of it, and then I put that on my thing. And if I want to do a deeper look, I put that or that in the outer corner. Unbelievable, beautiful, beautiful looks. You could like use this all over your lid and your crease, and then put this, a little bit of this on the lid. Perfection. So this has been, oh my goodness, I almost wanted to demo it. Maybe I will in the future because this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. Super glad I got it. Wish it was talked about a lot more than it was. Bobbi Brown puts out some amazing things, and I think they deserve way more attention. Another beautiful face palette that I'm super glad I discovered in 2022 was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk face palette. Very kind of retro, the Pillow Talk, the pans have that kind of pillow pattern in it, super cute. Of course, I went with the lighter tone, which is a little bit more pinker. I actually thought it was going to be pinker, but it's actually, you know, Charlotte Tilbury's iconic color, which is a kind of almost a dusty pink coral. Don't know how to describe it, but it's a beautiful color. It goes well with everybody's skin tone, isn't too over bright, so it wears well as an everyday color. So she went just a little pinker with this, which is what I love. And then you've got the pinker highlight and you have the more champagne highlight, and you can mix them together. The interesting thing about this is that it's buildable. These are a bit hard panned, so that you do have to kind of go in, apply, go in again and and apply. But I kind of like that. Sometimes I don't want to have everything that pigmented. Sometimes I do want to build it a little bit, you know, have that option. Charlotte Tilbury gives you that option. So on the days that I want to wear something just a little bit less powwow glitter, I want to be a little bit more tempered and measured and a little bit more conservative and have that little kind of, I like to pair this with my more Charlotte Tilbury type eye palettes. This one, this beautiful vintage Lisa Eldridge palette that she came out with her eyeshadows in 2022. Girl, when she comes out with her launches, she knows how to do it well. This is the perfect pairing. The Charlotte Tilbury plus the Lisa Eldridge palette. Perfection. This is the Muse. This is what I pair together when I want to be a little bit more subdued and soft girly. This is what I go for. Lisa Eldridge came out with palettes that were different personalities, and this is the soft focus, lovely monochromatic, everyday, work-a-day palette. And I love it for that reason. Pat McGrath came out with this highlighter. This one is called Venusian Nude. Now, I'm not quite sure which is what I love it for, whether it's for the color, because it's kind of a champagne-y, slightly golden. Not quite sure whether there might be a hint of pink in there, but what I love about it too is that you can mix it with other colors. Like I'll mix it with my pink blush to get a kind of holographic look to it. This is lovely to mix with blushes. Come on, man. Look at the imprint on there, okay? I'm gonna confess, I think that's part of the joy of using this. More than anything else, it's actually the look of it, but it gives you this most beautiful, almost champagne sheen. The only thing I wish she had done is made the imprint in her palettes the way she used to make it, instead of this painted on. She is a luxury brand, so I expect more luxury palettes. This is the DIOR 601 HoloGlow. Listen, okay, this is amazing. Use it with your own discretion, because this is a glittery bomb, all right? So if you don't want to glitter, this is like a hybrid. For lighter skin tones, it's a blush. For deeper skin tones, it's a highlighter. In between, it can be a highlighter blush and can accentuate a blush. So that's what I use it for. For me, it's a highlighter blush and I can accentuate a blush with it. And I wanted the glitter. This was purposely purposed because of also the fact that it was a glitter, a blush, a highlighter all in one. And that's kind of what I wanted for the festive season. So I was super happy that I discovered it, and I'm super happy for wearing it. And yes, you will see sparkles when you wear this. And it is an absolute delight and a joy to the cockles of my heart. And during this time, you gotta need a little bit of shimmer and glitter and happiness in your life when it gets, especially in Canada, when it gets darker and colder. You want that festivity to kind of bloom out of that. And it reminds you of snow and the glitter and the happiness of snow. It's like a little snow fairy. I'm happy about it. It's like a pink, right? And of course, I'm a pink girl. I'm going for it, right? It gives you the pinky glow, the glitter glow, a shimmery, happy, pinky delightfulness. Then the blushes. Look, I was late on the game for Pat McGrath blushes, all right? I will confess that. However, I'm kind of glad I waited, because I waited for the right blush, and that is the Duo blushes. These actually kind of remind me of Anna Sui, because it's a double blush, but it's done as a beautiful design. This is the Rose and Ray design. Anna Sui does kind of compacts like that, but a little bit more intricate. This is perfection. This is the way I love a duo compact. It's beautiful, it's pretty, vanity worthy. You have options. You can do either one, or you can mix them together. This is one of my favorites. This was what was exclusive on Pat McGrath's site, and that's the Venusian Sunset Sunset. This is lavender, and then this is the pink. The lavender, what you see is not what you get. The lavender is actually what I have on my cheek right now, which is an actual bright, cool tone pink. It doesn't actually come out as lavender. Maybe on lighter skin tones it does, but on my skin tone, it comes out as a cool tone pink. Absolutely love it. This has been going strong for me. I got that one. I got this one too. This one I haven't used as much because I've been kind of stuck on my Venusian Sunset. This is this Vine Rose 2. Beautiful. Of course, you can see a pattern in here. Things are kind of pink. I like it because then there's kind of a neutral dusty rose over on the side here, so that when you want the Charlotte Tilbury look, you can use the dusty rose over here. I think Charlotte Tilbury kind of really got that color as her color. So, and now this one here is the Night Bloom. Now this is the deepest, darkest, and also the duo blushes are a little bit more saturated and brighter than her original brushes, which is actually, I'm very happy about, because I do like more saturated color, and it stays that way and doesn't oxidize to a deeper, more neutral color on your face. I haven't tried this one, this kind of purpley, cool tone purple pink. I've done the deep red. Amazing. It comes out the most gorgeous deep red pink. Love this. This is amazing. So I'm super happy that I picked up the duo blushes from Pat McGrath. She did it right when she did it. This did not come out in 2022. This is the DIOR Rosy Glow blush, and I love my rose version, and this is the coral, which really is the peach version, okay? This is the peach version. Gives you the most beautiful, clean, happy, bright, soft peach color, and it doesn't oxidize and neutralize on your skin. It keeps that saturation, and I think that is why it is a very popular blush, because it gives you that fresh look, and that's what I go for. I panned the rose one, okay? So I think I'm allowed to pick up the peach one too, because I use it. I picked this beautiful vanity worthy Gucci blush. There's a lot of product in here. It looks tiny, small, and compact, but it actually holds a lot of product. And this one is the radiant pink, but it turns out it's actually peach, okay? When you apply it to your skin, it ain't no radiant pink. It's a radiant peach. Almost as radiant as this, just slightly less bright. If you don't want as bright as this, go for the radiant pink. It's still gonna be peach, and it's still gonna be bright, okay? So if you don't want that, don't get this one. This is one of my best ofs, and it looks so pretty as the decoration, and it looks like a little mackerel. All right, I did a little splurge. I needed to know. I just needed to know, and I'm glad I do know, and that is the Valentino Eye to Cheek palette, and I picked it up in California Girls or something like that. I think it's called California Girls or something like that. And this, of course, what do you think it is? It's a pink. It's a beautiful, lovely pink, and I was wondering what the heck this is. It's actually the brush holder, so it's really cute, vanity worthy once again, and you get your little brush holder in here with your brush. Super cute. Bring it on your travels. Put the little brush in here, and you can just go on your merry way. And I really love it because, again, it's a beautiful saturated pink color, and that's the way I like to wear my cheek colors. And it is super cute and practical all at the same time. Doesn't use up a lot of space because the brush is in here. Now we come for the eyes. We're starting for the eyes. First thing is this. Pat McGrath came out with her glitter primer, and this is the IntensifEYES Artistry wand. This is what you use like it's a glitter glue. Put it that way. It's a shimmer metallic glitter glue. I like that it is done this way. I have the Too Faced one that was working just fine for me, and it lasts way longer because it's in a tube. But it's the process, it's the application. You gotta put it out on your finger, you gotta squeeze it out, you gotta do a little bit, and This is so easy. It's in a wand. You just pump it up, you put it this way, you can put it on your finger and do it that way, and you just wait for it just a second and then apply. Perfection. I like things that are easy to apply, easy to do, and Pat McGrath made it very simple. The only thing is, this is my second wand because I finished the first one. I went through it very, very fast, and I don't feel that I used that much. What you see again with this is not what you get. It looks like it should be a lot in here, but I'm sure it only goes up to like here. So that's the only thing I'm disappointed with this. Everything's perfection, but you use it up pretty quickly. But anyway, I'm super happy she made this. The other thing about this, it doesn't do what it says, intensifies. All glitter glue kind of does that. It intensifies your metallics, your shimmers, your glitters. Sometimes what it will do is, like with your shimmers and glitters, it may smooth it out a little. If you don't want that look, you may have to think twice about using something like this if you still want that kind of texture. Sometimes I want that kind of texture, so I won't use it. In this application, I did not use it. There is a bit of glitter glue. It almost feels like it's already in the formula itself. Yes, I had a lot of fallout, so that's why I did my eyes first. In that case, I did not use this because I didn't want the texture to smooth out. So you do have to think twice about what your end result is when you do use a glitter glue, just so you know. All right, so now we are gonna come to the star of the show, which is the eyeshadow palettes. Me and eyeshadow palettes, they're the fun stuff. They're colorful, they're the different curations, the different personalities and what you use them for. Eyeshadow palettes are fun. So with that, I have my best of. One of them I demoed in this video, and that is the indie brand ADEPT Cosmetics, and this is their Minka palette. Now, I didn't realize when I was watching other YouTubers demoing it, a lot of them didn't mention it, but this is a glitter bomb of a palette. Use with caution, as Pat McGrath says, or buy it with caution. If you don't want glitter, do not get this palette. I'm just giving you a forewarning right now, because pretty much all the top shades is a glitter. Most of the bottom shades are glitter except for a couple of them, maybe these two. Okay, and then you get your beautiful, the purple mattes on here. You got a very, very light one for a transition. You got a deeper one that you can really do your outer corner with. And what I like to do with my transition, start out with this and mix the two together, because one of them's too light and one of them's too dark. So I mix them together, solves the problem. And then you still have this to use as your outer corner. If you're lighter skin tone, you have this one, perfection. This is a festive palette. I used for my eye, basically used Maya on the lid. I used these two in my crease, and I mixed them together to create my crease color, and then I used Luna as my outer corner color. And I just applied this with my finger. I used my baby finger to apply the outer corner. A lot of times that's what I do. I just use my baby finger and apply it with my outer corner, and this too. So I love this palette. You got some duochromes, you got the glitters. This is a duochrome, this is a duochrome. Actually, most of the bottom row is a duochrome, and most of the top row, slightly duochrome, barely see it, mostly glitter. Amazing. So this is our super fun Minka palette. This is glitter. This is glitter paradise. You are going to a glitter party with this. The best cannot be the best without a Mothership. I don't care. I don't care if I have a critical thought about this Mothership, because I do. And that is Mothership 10. What is it? Moonlit Seduction. So this one right here, Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction. This is seductive, this is beautiful. I've got my Blitz Astrals here. They're not the baked formula, but it still performs with the same shimmery, iridescent illumination, glittery goodness with that super high shine, high iridescence of her Blitz Astral baked formula. It still performs the same way. I don't know what people are complaining about. I like the baked formula. I do. I really do. These Blitz Astrals perform the same way. I'm delighted in this, and I like the lighter lit colors. I kind of wish they weren't, a couple of them weren't as light as that, because they almost look a little too pastel-y, but they're gorgeous. This one is lavender, this one is like a pinky champagne, then you've got your kind of almost white gold, because she always has to have a gold, and then this is like the purple blue. This is what ticks me off right here, is this. These are two like plum and burgundy. Why do we need both? They look the same on the eye. It doesn't give a lot of variety and looks with that. So I wish she had taken out one of them, and take one out or take two out and put in a blue and put in a purple. Madonna. We done. It would have been perfect, because then you get so many different looks. I kind of wish that she had made these palettes where you can take them out and put them in, so I could switch it up myself. I have to have a Mothership each year, because I really love this. And if I don't want a freaking burgundy plum, I just add in, I go to my makeup palette, put that on, put that in. What are you gonna do? It works. I love my Motherships. I can't live without them. Life would just not be the same without indie brands. So this year I finally was able to pick up Terra Moon's eyeshadows, multi-chromes, and I'm super happy. So, and I picked up some new CLIONADH. So these are the, oh goodness gracious. If you could see what I'm seeing right now, you would be slayed, okay? Because this is giving off such amazing duochrome, the angle. So anyway, this is not showing. I'm gonna have to show it another way. So these here is the Terra Moon's. This is the CLIONADH. So I picked up some of the this one I really wanted. This was, no, Star Sign. Yes, I really want Star Sign too. But I wanted the Cosmos. This like flips from like blue to green to purple to something. It has the most gorgeous multi-chrome flip. It's a true multi-chrome, the Cosmos. You've got this one here, which is this amazing red giant. Oh my God, Star Sign. This one here is Sublunar. Let me do this. I'm gonna swatch that one, Star Sign. We're gonna swatch this one, which is the multi-chrome, and we're gonna Sublunar. Lord. Oh, awkwardly done. This is so amazing, these colors. I also picked up some of the new CLIONADH. This one's Trinket, this is Empress, this is Emblem, and Diadem. Let me swatch this for you. This is Empress. You've got Emblem. You've got Diadem. Just amazing. Wow. Super happy I picked these up. These are super impressive, so much fun to use. Sometimes I'll even mix up the colors. Some of them have a little bit of like shimmer glitter in it, so it's not just the multi-chrome goodness that you're getting. You're also getting a bit of that kind of texture to it. They are soft, they are buttery, they are pigmented, they shine to the rooftops. They are amazing, so much fun to play with to really bring your eyeshadow to the next level. I have to like curtail myself in picking up things because, you know, I could just go hog wild. I have to behave myself. I picked up in the summer CLIONADH Cosmetics and Emily Violet Marie's Dragon Fruit palette. Now listen, this is a multi-chrome shimmery goodness of a palette. Beautiful colors, lots of pinks and corals, counterpart of purples, and then you got your super bright greens of a dragon fruit, and then you've got these beautiful iridescent outer and inner, like this one's a light peachy. This one, I forgot what color this is. And then they're soft, they're buttery, they're pigmented, they're amazing. Look at that. This is like white to blue to pink to green. This has got almost every color in the rainbow in this one. This is crazy biscuits. I really had so much joy playing with this in the summertime. And of course I just used another palette. I think I used my ColourPop Let's Roll palette, which has a lot of more like the rainbow colors in there. Perfectly paired it with this. This was my first foray into indie palettes because it's like everything I want in a palette except for missing the mattes, right? Especially when I want to like really go all out, like you go all out. And Emily loves pinks, that's her color. And of course, you know, I'm into pink too. So let me tell you, I thought I could commemorate this by eating some dragon fruit that I'd never eaten before. Don't start dragon fruit by blending it in your smoothie, okay? Because that's like liquid dragon fruit being shot up your veins and your bowels may not like it. Turns out that dragon fruit does help with, you know, getting everything moving. So I'm just warning you right now, don't blend it in your smoothie for the first time. If you do, stay home. I'm just saying. Natasha Denona. Now, this is one of those things where I love it, but it has some critiques. I love it, but I am conflicted. This is the Natasha Denona pastel palette, and Natasha just came out with a mini, which I did buy because the color store is right up my alley. I love blue. I love pinks and greens together with that blue. Perfection. Now this is a color store that I love, a pastel color store that I love. The only thing is that this one looks like it should be deeper. It's one of her cream to powder formulas. Didn't perform very well. It would fade. It would fade. It would literally fade. Like a minute later, it would fade on my lid. So I literally had to make up the color when I wanted to use that color. Everything else worked fine, but a little bit hard to apply some of those cream to powders when usually they're easier to apply. But in this palette, they were a little bit harder to apply, okay? And I'm just missing, this is my complaint with the Natasha Denona. I do wish her midi palettes would include her very luscious, glittery chroma crystals, the way she used to make them in her 28 pans and in her gold palette. I'm missing them in the midis, and I would like to see her put them in the midi. It frustrates me to buy this, believing and hoping I'm gonna get it and not getting that performance. But the color story is amazing. This is a fun palette to work with, but it does have its caveats. This was the first time I purchased Odin's Eye, and I'm super glad that I picked up the Christmas palettes. I don't think they're available now. Their palettes are amazing. So even if you don't get this one, you're still gonna get some amazing palettes. This is the Christmas Eve, so it's blue, it's dark, it's Christmas night when Jesus was born. So it comes out with the bluey colors. Absolutely beautiful. I love the color story because I love blues and I love cool tone colors. The only thing is that these two here that are supposed to be slightly more glittery, duochrome, multichrome, they're kind of hard pan. I do have to use a textured brush to apply. I was a bit disappointed in that. However, when you figure out how to apply it, the look is amazing. I'm just saying. What you get from it is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm super glad because I had this option, and then I have the Christmas option, which is the red option, which has the red and green. And you got some pink, of course, going on, and you got the multichromes. This is an amazing multichrome because what you see is not what you get. It's more of an orange to lime green to I don't know what else, yellow. It's super, super fun because you got your textures, you got your multichromes and duochromes. So much variety of looks. So you can stay green, you can stay orange, you can be more summery, you can mix and match. It's just a fun palette to work with. It is an absolute joy, once again, in the similar vein as the CLIONADH Emily Violet Marie. This is what I love about indie palettes, and I am super stoked to get indie palettes. So I have a lot of favorites, okay? I do, because when I choose my palettes, I choose them for the fact that I know I'm gonna super enjoy them. And generally, I'm right. So Lisa Eldridge came out with her eyeshadow palettes. Everybody went crazy, and for good reason, because when Lisa comes out with a makeup product, she does it to perfection. She is not going to be cutting corners. This is luxury. This is thoughtfully made. This is beautiful. She loves vintage makeup, so she made this in a very vintage compact that is actually kind of a throwback to cigarette holders of the 1920s. And it's just so cute. It's like little petite. It holds well. You can travel with it very easily. It's solid but not too solid. Easy to open once I get my uncoordinated hands together. So there we go. So this is the lovely soft, what I call throwback to Charlotte Tilbury look. This is the Sorcery Palette. I got 3 of them, okay? I got this one, which is I believe this one is called Myth. I picked up the Myth. That one was the Muse. This one is the Myth. I haven't tried it yet. I'm super excited to do that. I can't wait. I'm sure it's gonna be a wonderful experience. So this is my Myth, my Sorcery Palette, which of course was one of the popular ones, which is sold out on her website. Even the singles for the Sorcery Palette is sold out. And for the Cool Tone Gray one, that's also sold out. So I'm very glad when she first came out with the launch, I picked up the Sorcery Palette right away. The other ones I picked up later, so I wasn't able to get the Cool Tone one. So this one is the Sorcery Palette. This is a glitter paradise. I wore this yesterday. I put this in my crease to make a lovely blue. I used a soft brush to apply it lightly in the crease so I could create a blue. I put this in the outer corners. I made a halo, outer and inner. This is kind of an antique green. And then I put this as my lid color. And then I put this to top the middle color here. Perfection. Though the glitter does fall a little, it does get on the face, so the best way to apply this is to apply it first before you put your face on. But absolutely gorgeous, very pigmented, a very fun palette to use. This is not an everyday like her Muse palette. This is for special occasions. For me, I use it every day because this is the way I roll. Lisa Eldridge did an amazing job of curating and making these eyeshadow palettes. Bridgerton Belle of the Ball. And this is like the mini Mothership. It also has the mirror, and I got the other one first, but this is my favorite of the two, and I go into this a lot just for this eyeshadow. I use it as a topper. It's like a beautiful, it's like her Bliss Astrals, the baked formula, but it's not baked, and it's the shimmer, so she put it in here. I go into this all the time to use as a topper when I want to kind of oomph up my look and I want to kind of bring it to the next level. This is what I use. I always have to have a touch of glitter in my look somehow, some way, just to kind of give my eyes a brightness. It actually works with my eyes to kind of brighten up my eyes a little bit. I don't put it all over the lid. I just put a little touch in the center. Perfection. It's got, again, she has her like a burgundy reds in there, 2 of them, a deepening one and that one, and then you've got this blue, and you got this one I like better because there's more variety in it, so you can get a more variety of looks. So I'm really happy I got it, even just for this, because I open this up all the time just for this color. I picked up GUERLAIN's 777 Golden Stars palette. This is the one I picked up. And it's beautiful because almost all of the shades in here have a kind of a shimmery, glittery texture to it because it came out actually for the Christmas holidays. So they kind of went all out, they splurged, and they made most of them have a bit of a shimmer texture, which of course is right up, it warms the cockles of my heart. Let me just say, I haven't played with it yet. I have to confess, right now I'm just enjoying the look, okay? I did say it's something that I go for, that I delight in. I delight in this. And my best of palettes wouldn't be complete without my ADEPT Cosmetics and Heather Austin palette. This was the first ADEPT Cosmetics palette that I purchased. I already got a dent in scrubs. I think I use this a lot as my outer corner. There's a lot of beautiful multi-chromes They are very softly packed, so it can be easy to stick your finger in it. I think I've almost got a dent down in that one. Passport. So these are my favorites: Passport, Hey Y'all, Austin, Scrubs, 0603. Beautiful. I tend not to use these colors. I'm not a very grungy girl. I kind of brighten up the looks. Beautiful multi-glittery kind of colors, and it's all up my alley, and you can see I've dented it. I did treat thyself, and I picked up the Butterflies compacts. These is a Rouge butterfly compacts of Guerlain. They're beautiful. Guerlain comes out with different designs. They have their main designs and they come up with new designs every year. The butterfly ones came out. This one is called Scarlet Red. I must confess, I did pick up the Morpho. This is the Morpho. It does have an incredible meaning for me because the Morpho butterfly in Costa Rica means healing. And so it has a backstory for me and my mom. So this is very, very precious to me. And I also picked up with it Rouge G Satin Refillable number 6 Warm Rosewood. This is a beautiful, beautiful color. It's in the satin formula, a little bit more shinier, softer look. It's rose, but it's warmer, a little bit more neutralized, a little less saturated. What I love about this too is when you close it, it latches closed, right? This latches it closed, but when you open it, this opens up and then you've got your mirror. So you can apply and use your mirror. And when you buy it on the Guerlain site, you have the option of getting it inscribed. So I inscribed it with my unofficial middle name, Anastasia. There's a long backstory that happened about 3 years ago. The nice thing about it is that when you get it on Guerlain's site, they give you a lot of freebies. They give you a lot of gift with purchases, the bigger versions of samples, and they put it in a beautiful gift box with a beautiful bow. I mean, Guerlain goes all out. You can get the same thing at Sephora, but you get the experience with Guerlain, and you get the gift box with Guerlain, and you get the bow, and you get all these samples and gift with purchases. I love the experience of getting things at Guerlain. Okay, this favorites ain't gonna be complete until we finish off our dressing, and that is the scents. We have to apply some scents, and this one, there are 2 of them. This one I discovered this year, this has been around for a while, is Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Now, this is not a shy perfume. I did pick it up in the duo set, so you get with the full bottle and you get a travel spray. This is in a black and it is in like inscribed. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's only maybe $25, $35 more to get it as the set. This is how they describe it. I'm just gonna read. Contains notes of juicy honeysuckle and plush rose, softly caressed by the sweetness of Turkish Delight sugar accord. I say Turkish Delight, they actually say marshmallow, but the true accord is Turkish Delight. It's a type of Arabian marshmallow, okay? It does have a slightly different flavor to it. Sugar accord, satisfying the craving pang of new love. A warm amber base lends a pulsing touch of sensuality, hinting the possibility of soon knowing another soul. Lord, that is deep. Listen, I grew to love and adore this scent. I am telling you, when I first smelled it in a sample, I hated it. I didn't understand why anybody loved it. I thought a mistake when they put that perfume together in the lab. These people weren't smelling it right. They should have thrown it away. There was a note in it that took over when I applied it, and even I asked a friend of mine to try it and they smelled the same thing. It smelled like dank forest sewage. That's the only way I could describe it. I literally had to scrub it off my skin because it took over the sweet smell and I just couldn't take it. I had to wash it off myself. The base note includes civet, which is an animal. It creates a kind of like stanky goodness. Well, this I think took over in my nose. I don't know why I kept the sample, but I did. Months later, I tried it again in late spring, early summer. Completely different, completely. I couldn't smell that stank smell anymore. I think my nose changed and that didn't take over. It just blended in to create the overall goodness of the scent where it keeps it from becoming cloyingly sweet. It is an amazing scent. It could become Candy Crush cloying. You know what it smells like? Dr. Pepper. It has a Dr. Pepper note in there. It must be coming from the Turkish Delight scent. There is vanilla, sugar, caramel, musk. With that and the coriander, it creates that almost Dr. Peppery thing, but it has a candy sweetness to it. In order to kind of shut that down so it's not becoming cloying crazy, the neroli, the bergamot, the civet, the labdanum, I think kind of curtail that, and the muskiness curtails that over sweetness to it. So it just blends it in all together. And listen, this thing is amazing, okay? It's my Dr. Pepper love crush. And in speaking of that, the hilarious thing is the next one that I discovered in 2022. Of course, it came out in actual 1922, and that is Chanel Les Exclusive number 22 Eau de Parfum. Now this is amazing. It smells like Chanel number 5. However, it's like a fresh contemporary take on Chanel number 5. Chanel number 5 came out in 1921, and Ernest Beau came out with this in 1922. Of course, it's an aldehyde bomb. That's what everybody smells. I don't know what it smells like. I don't understand that. I just smell it as a complete thing. But what it does smell like is like this fresh ginger ale smell scent. Now, but all in a good way. It's aromatic. It's bright. It's effervescent. It's fizzy. It's contemporary. It's youthful. It smells like Chanel number 5 as a young woman who's fresh, happy, contemporary. You can wear this every day. You can wear it on the weekend. You can wear it to work. It's amazing. And it smells like a little ginger ale. So you got this one that smells like Dr. Pepper, and the Chanel number 22 that smells like ginger ale in the most amazing good way possible. So I got my sodas, my soda pop scents here. I am a happy camper that I discovered them in 2022. 22 and love Dr. Pepper Crush. With that, I hope you enjoyed my favorites, my best stuff of 2022. These are the makeup that I really enjoyed. What I discovered, what were launched, what I delighted in, what I kept coming back for more. I'm super glad that I was able to do a show and tell and show these ones to you. Also, I'd love to know what your best stuff for 2022 were. The nice thing about it is that when you share it, you're sharing it not just to me, because I'm curious, but everybody else gets to know too. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up because it helps support my channel. And do subscribe if you haven't already, because we got a lot of glowing, glittery goodness going on around here. And don't forget, rock your own kind of beauty and keep on going and keep on glowing. I will.